From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
An evening float turned
Just
into
after 8 last night, 3 women floating a stretch of the Jefferson River near Lewis and Clark Caverns encountered some otters. They attacked, destroying an inner tube and injuring all 3 before they...
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Is it Friday or Monday? I'm not sure which.
You can still hear Chet right now throughout the halls of Montana this morning. Well, Matt, how are you doing on this Friday?
Doing great. I'm happy it's Friday, but man, this week just flew by.
It really did. It really did. And I'm kind of glad for it, but it's going to be cold, so maybe a lot of indoor weekend activities.
We got to be careful. Cold is a whole different thing in the winter here, right? So this is cooler. Let's leave it at cooler, right?
Cooler.
Yeah, temperatures this morning actually into the 50s. It's pretty comfortable outside, if not a little warm for the start of the day. The afternoon, really not seeing a big stretch in our temperatures. Right now, most of us are seeing 50s and 60s, not bad. We are seeing several chances of rain, not only today, but throughout the weekend, off and on rain showers. At times, we could see some heavier downpours, but this is a good soaking rain for us, trying to move through for the next couple of days. The overcast in place right now, that's off of our Bozeman iCam on Montana State University. A few light showers early and then heavier rain showers and thunderstorms possible for the afternoon and evening. More of an afternoon chance in Butte. I'm going to break down that complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. 6:32 now. Our top story this half hour. An evening float turned into an emergency encounter with wildlife on a remote stretch of the Jefferson River Wednesday night between Talk Mine and La Hood Restaurant. Now, 3 floaters were injured, 1 taken to the hospital by air after an attack by an otter. MTN's Chet Lehman talked with the Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks about the incident.
Just after 8 last night, 3 women floating a stretch of the Jefferson River near Lewis and Clark Caverns encountered some otters. They attacked, destroying an inner tube and injuring all 3 before they were able to get out of the water.
And the otter left the area. All 3 women received injuries in the encounter. One of the women had injuries that were more serious, and she was taken by helicopter to a hospital here in Bozeman. All 3 women have received treatment for their injuries.
Jacobson stresses otters are in just about every river in southwest Montana, and though attacks are rare, they do happen. A woman on the Madison in 2016, a young boy on the Big Hole in 2021. This attack, he says, appears defensive.
At this point, we haven't gotten reports of otters being seen in this area since then. We don't have any plans at this time to try and locate or to trap and remove these otters, but we are posting signs in these areas just advising visitors that there's otter activity going on in the area and to be aware of that.
Jacobson stresses attention to wildlife when recreating on waterways, especially this time of year.
Water levels are lower. It brings people who are recreating on rivers into closer proximity with wildlife that may be on those rivers as well, because there's just less water, there's less space, and so keep that in mind when you're out recreating. To do all you can to just keep your distance from wildlife.
Now again, otters are common in most rivers in southwest Montana, and adults can be up to 5 feet long and weigh up to 33 pounds. And they can swim up to 8 miles per hour and dive as deep as 36 feet. Now the young stay with their parents for up to the first 2 years, and the parents aggressively protect their young, which Jacobson says could have been a factor in Wednesday's attack. Now concerns over fish in the Big Hole River. MTN's John Amy was at a community roundtable discussion about this important issue Wednesday in Wise River.
Declining trout numbers, less water in the Big Hole River. These are major concerns for people who live and make their living on the river. That's why many people came to the small community of Wise River to attend a roundtable hosted by the governor, and they weren't afraid to express their concerns.
Recognizing that water is our most valuable resource and that we need to work hard to maintain it, to store it, to make sure it's available for everyone to use.
All Almost 200 people, including ranchers and outfitters, packed the Wise River Community Building recently to hear from Governor Greg Gianforte and a panel of experts on the health of waterways in the Jefferson Basin.
Our waterways are really critical to our way of life. They're critical for agriculture, for outdoor recreation, for the tourism industry. And when they're not as healthy as we want them to be, it causes problems.
The alarm went up earlier this year when the FWP found low trout numbers in the Big Hole and other local rivers. The panel at the community discussion told the crowd that it's stepping up studies to try to determine the reason for the low fish population and the overall health of the rivers. Some suggested fishing should be stopped on the river until researchers get some clear answers.
Some reduction in pressure, not just 2 hours, to save what is left of what was teeming years ago and now is in scarcity.
Climate change is real. I think we need to acknowledge that man has caused a drastic change in the weather, and we need to acknowledge that and participate in saving species around the world.
Jim Hagenbarth of the Big Hole Watershed Committee said ranchers know the rivers better than most people, and water is the most important issue. He suggested finding ways of storing water, damming high mountain creeks, and other ways to keep the rivers flowing at healthy levels. Outfitters and ranchers agree that healthy rivers are good for everyone.
Water is the primary driver. We got to find a way to better use water, and to better use water in a way that everybody in this room, it cannot be robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Thank you very much, John. Now switching gears a little bit, for so many parents, sharing family photos online is something that seems harmless and in good spirit. But Elizabeth Ruiz looks into why experts say parents may be putting their kids at risk by posting them.
Before having kids, I told myself I didn't want to post a bunch of pictures of them on social media. But as a new mom, I find myself wanting to update the world about their every milestone because I'm so proud. But experts say there are dangers to doing this, and even tech creators are treading carefully. Recently, Mark Zuckerberg posted photos of his family with emojis covering 2 of his kids' faces. Leah Plunkett says more people should be doing the same. She's the author of Sharenhood, and she says it's a matter of safety to protect your kids from identity theft, predators, even data collection. Oversharing is also a loss of privacy for your kids. So before she posts anything, she asks herself,
would I put it on a billboard by the side of every highway in the country, in the world? Would I let that billboard stay up in perpetuity?
Now, some states are considering steps to better protect the privacy of children. Washington lawmakers are considering a bill that would allow those who come of age to request for videos and pictures of themselves to be removed from the internet if their parents were paid for that content. So think vloggers. At a legislative hearing, one young woman shared her story of growing up in the digital age.
When you Google my name, simply just my first name, childhood photos of me in bikinis will pop up, and I'm terrified to have those weaponized against me again. I plead you to be the voice for this generation of children because I know firsthand what it's like to not have a choice in which a digital footprint you didn't create follows you around.
Plunkett says she would like to see tech companies parent-proof their sites so that posts delete after a certain amount of time. And for parents who don't want to overshare,
think about only sharing information that you would have put into one of those holiday letters. So things at the level of so-and-so graduated from high school.
And when your child is old enough, she says it's a good idea to ask them their thoughts on posting certain pictures or information about them.
A fascinating story. Really, really interesting. Now, back to school season right around the corner. But before the bell rings for the first day of class, we're going to take a moment to reflect on the past few years of education and how the pandemic has affected students across the nation. Scripps correspondent Kristen Krause picks up this story.
Mental health issues have not gone away this school year, but schools are in a better place to address them, and they're trying new things. For example, this fall, 2 to 5 minutes of mindful breathing will be required every day in all New York City public schools.
There's actually good evidence around mindfulness and how it can help not only young people, but also adults in terms of regulating their emotions and being able to be ready for learning. So building that into the school day and even making it a required part of what students have to do, we think is a real positive development.
Sharon Hoover is tracking what schools are doing as part of her work with the National Center for School Mental Health. Other things she's expecting to see ramp up this school year are schools integrating with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That means instead of sending kids straight to the ER, having a better mobile crisis response and other places for young people dealing with an emotional health crisis to go.
We've seen a lot of schools newly adopting more training for teachers in how to not only identify mental health issues when they occur, but also how to cope with their own mental health and emotional regulation so they can create warm and welcoming and supportive environments in the classrooms.
She's also seeing an increase in schools doing mental health screenings. All of this doesn't stop at school. Families play a role in mental health at home too. Utah is one state that has added a mental health curriculum for schools that requires families to be involved.